And time now for another check of your weather forecast on this Saturday. Brittany, you have been telling us that we are going to see a warm Christmas.
Yes, we certainly are, but you can still see some pretty views, right? That gets you in the holiday spirit. One of my favorite cameras we have in Blowing Rock. This, of course, along Blowing Rock's Main Street. You can see all of the trees decorated with some of those Christmas lights. And as it pans around, I'm not sure if it will exactly because we don't control the pan, but they have a nice little downtown area that's always decorated. I was there just after Halloween. It was absolutely gorgeous. So hopefully you'll have a chance to get out and about and kind of enjoy some of the nicer weather, I'll say, as over the next few days. Unfortunately, if you're dreaming of a white Christmas, even in the mountains, you'll have to keep dreaming this year. Although we are going to see a weak cold front passing by tomorrow, which will temporarily drop, especially Monday morning's temperatures to well below the freezing mark. Again, no snow is expected over the next few days, no moisture out there right now, and that's the same across most of the Piedmont over the next 7 to 10 days. So overnight, temperatures are going to be pretty mild. Again, mild is relative, but we had such a cold start to December, and even this morning was 30 degrees. So I think, again, 35 is relatively mild. In the mid-30s for most of the area. Our normal low this time of year is 33. So again, this is exactly where we should be this time in December. Now, a big game tomorrow. I mean, a big game, a huge game, a game that's going to impact the rest of the Panther season. So very thankful to have really fantastic weather if you are going to the game. Kickoff there, of course, at 1 o'clock. They'll be at home against the Bucks. Temperature is in the mid 60s, so about 10 degrees above average. Probably not exactly how it feels in Tampa Bay, and certainly not the same amount of humidity in December, but it is still going to be very comfortable here across the Charlotte area. A few clouds will mix in by the middle part of the day, so that's why we have that partly cloudy icon there. But most of the afternoon will still feature a ton of sunshine. Temperatures in the mountains still in the 40s, so again, they're not nearly as nice as we are here, but still, it's not going to be a bad day by any stretch of the imagination. Now, you saw those lows a second ago for the mountains. These are our highs here in Charlotte. Notice that with tomorrow reaching the mid 60s, there is that slight drop Monday, right around where we should be. So that's back to average for just one day, because passing Monday, we soar back into the 60s and eventually into the 70s. So again, it's the weak cold front that moves through tomorrow that brings that temporary drop, and then we're soaring back with a lot of sunshine, high pressure overhead, and actually could be one of the warmest Christmases we've had here in the Charlotte area in the last about 150 years since record keeping began. And it's not just here in the Queen City. In fact, it's most of the southeast and most of the country that is going to see a warmer than normal Christmas. Remember, these colors don't indicate how much warmer than normal, and indicates confidence. And at this point, I'm 100% confident that we'll be above average. It's how warm we're expected to get. My current forecast for Christmas Day, so this upcoming Thursday, sits at 72 right now. That would put us 20 degrees above average and easily set us up in the top 5 warmest Christmases on record. Warmest ever, 77 in 1955. So hard to believe that we could be in the 70s on Christmas Day after the beginning of the month was a very, very cold. But it just goes to show you that overall, certain times of the year can be warmer than normal, but it doesn't mean we can't get a cold snap or two. Here's your Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast. We already talked about that cool down Sunday, Monday, and then that big warm up December 24th and December 25th. Right now, highs look to be in the 70s. However, by the end of December, looks like we will start to trend a little bit cooler and closer to where we should be. But at least in the near term, we're not seeing any kind of hard freezes, any kind of substantial cold air, which of course is good news for those especially who will be out and about over the next 10 days.
All right, thank you so much, Brittany. And remember, you can keep up with all of these changes by downloading the WCNC Charlotte News app. There you can find all of the latest forecasts from our team of meteorologists.